Let me share something with you, my dear. Something that comes straight from my own journey. There was a time when I believed forgiveness was about the other person, about letting them off the hook, about erasing what they did, about pretending it never happened. But I discovered something very different. Forgiveness is not about them. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. Forgiveness is the act of unlocking your own prison and setting your heart free. You see, many of us live as though carrying anger, resentment, or blame will somehow protect us. We think, if I stay angry, they will know how much they hurt me. But who suffers? Not them. You do. It is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. It is like holding a burning coal in your hand, hoping the fire will leap to them, while all the while it is only burning you. Forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is freedom. Forgiveness is choosing peace instead of pain. When I speak of forgiveness, people often confuse it with acceptance, and I want you to understand the difference. Forgiveness comes when we have judged someone, when we have labeled them wrong or bad. We create a wall in our mind. We push against reality. We resist what is. And then forgiveness becomes necessary because we have made a separation in our heart. But when we choose acceptance, forgiveness begins to dissolve on its own. Acceptance is not the same as agreement. Acceptance is not saying, what you did was right. Acceptance is saying, I release the fight against what already happened. I stop struggling with what cannot be changed. Acceptance is the end of resistance. Acceptance is the softening of the heart that says, I choose peace with reality. And when you step into acceptance, the need for forgiveness disappears because you are no longer holding on to the story that anyone must be punished for you to be free. I want you to pause and think about the weight of not forgiving. Think of a time when you held on to anger. Think of the sleepless nights, the racing thoughts, the heavy chest, the clenched jaw. What did it do to your mind? It filled it with anxiety. It created endless stress. It built walls of bitterness and blocked new joy from entering. What did it do to your body? It created tension in your muscles. It weakened your immune system. It raised your blood pressure. It stole your rest. And what did it do to your relationships? It made you suspicious, defensive, guarded. It pushed people away. It caused you to repeat the same painful patterns again and again, because unresolved resentment becomes a lens you see the world through. When you do not forgive, you give the past permission to control your present. When you do not forgive, you chain yourself to a story that hurts you every single day. And I want to tell you something very gently. Forgiveness is not something you have to do perfectly. You may need to practice it every day, layer by layer. Some hurts feel like they never end, but every time you say the words, I forgive you, I release you, I set myself free, you are loosening the knot. Every repetition is a drop of water that softens the hardest stone. Every whisper is a crack of light in the darkest prison. Forgiveness is a practice. Forgiveness is a choice. Forgiveness is a path, and you can walk it step by gentle step. Now let us talk about how anger, resentment, and blame build up inside of us when we resist forgiveness. They are like toxins. They corrode the mind, they weaken the body, they close the heart. Anxiety grows, stress becomes constant, creativity dries up. Your body begins to carry the pain. Tight shoulders, aching back, restless sleep. Your relationships mirror your inner wounds. You attract the same conflicts, you push away love, you repeat cycles of hurt, And then you ask yourself, why is my life so heavy? The answer is that the weight you are carrying is not the present, it is the past. Forgiveness is the act of laying that weight down. My dear, forgiveness does not mean you must invite someone back into your life. Forgiveness does not mean you open the door to more harm. Forgiveness simply means you stop drinking the poison. Forgiveness means you choose your health, your peace, your joy over your pain. Forgiveness means you choose to see yourself as whole, even if others once treated you as broken. Forgiveness means you say, I am done letting yesterday dictate my today. I am done letting my wound become my identity. I am done letting anger decide who I am. And I know it is not easy. I know your heart may resist. I know your mind may argue, but they don't deserve it. And you are right. They may not deserve it, but you deserve peace. They may not deserve release, but you deserve freedom. They may not deserve compassion, but you deserve joy. Forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. Forgiveness is how you reclaim your life. So tonight I invite you to close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and think of one person you have held anger toward. It could even be yourself. See their face in your mind and softly whisper, I forgive you, I release you, I set myself free. Whisper it again and again. Feel the energy shift in your body. Feel your shoulders lighten. Feel your heart expand. Feel your breath become easier. This is not weakness. This is strength. This is not letting them win. This is letting yourself win. This is not saying it didn't matter. This is saying, I matter more than the pain. My peace matters more than my anger. Remember always, holding on to resentment is like carrying a burning coal. Forgiveness is the moment you open your hand and let the coal drop to the ground. Acceptance is realizing you never had to hold it in the first place. Forgiveness is your liberation. Acceptance is your peace. Together they heal your mind, your body, and your soul. So let us close this moment with a healing affirmation. Say it with me 3 times so it enters not only your mind but your heart. I forgive. I release. I set myself free. I accept life as it is. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose freedom. Again, I forgive. I release. I set myself free. I accept life as it is. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose freedom. Once more with all your heart. I forgive. I release. I set myself free. I accept life as it is. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose freedom. My dear, let these words heal you. Let them become your daily practice. Let them remind you that you are not your past. You are not your wounds. You are not your anger. You are love. You are peace. You are free. Now that we have spoken about why forgiveness is freedom, why acceptance brings peace, and how anger only burns the one who holds it, let us gently move together into the how. Because knowing that forgiveness is good is not enough. We need a practice. We need clear steps. We need to know what to do in those moments when the old pain rises up and the mind begins replaying the story again and again. My dear, this is where compassion meets action. This is where love becomes practical. This is where you stop carrying the burning coal and you open your hand to let it fall away. The first step is always to acknowledge. You cannot forgive what you will not face. Many people try to bypass their pain, saying, it doesn't matter, I don't care, it's in the past. But the truth is, the unspoken wound remains inside. It sits in your chest, it lingers in your stomach, it echoes in your mind. Forgiveness begins by looking directly at the hurt. Take a pen and paper and write it down. Write the name of the person who hurt you. Write what happened. Write how it made you feel. Call your feelings by their names: anger, sadness, betrayal, disappointment. Do not be afraid of the words. What you name, you begin to tame. What you deny, you continue to carry. By writing it, you bring it from the shadows into the light, and anything brought into the light begins to heal. The second step is to choose healing words instead of harmful ones. Every time you speak negatively about the person, every time you repeat the story with bitterness, you are feeding the resentment. You are watering the weed. And remember, what you water grows. If you want peace, you must stop watering anger. So instead of speaking harm, try this small but powerful practice. Say one kind thing about them. It may be difficult, but it is possible. Maybe you say, they were hurting too. Maybe you say, they taught me something I needed to learn. Maybe you say, they showed me what I will never accept again, and that is a gift. Even one kind word breaks the cycle. Even one kind thought begins to shift the energy. Now let us move to the third step, placing yourself in their position. This is not to excuse, but to understand. Everyone acts from their level of awareness. Everyone responds from their own wounds, fears, and limitations. When someone lashes out, it is often because they are drowning in their own pain. When someone betrays, it is often because they do not know how to love themselves. When someone harms, it is because they are blind to their own healing. Say to yourself, they were doing the best they could with the awareness they had at that time. This is not approval. This is perspective. This is compassion in action. And compassion is the soil where forgiveness grows. The fourth step is to practice compassion actively. Place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Whisper to yourself, I choose to understand instead of judge. I choose compassion instead of condemnation. I choose to free myself instead of staying chained. Feel your hand on your heart. Feel the warmth of your own touch. You are reminding your body that it is safe to let go. Compassion does not mean you invite them back into your life. Compassion means you stop carrying them in your prison. Compassion is the key that opens your own cell door. The fifth step is silent forgiveness. It does not matter if they hear it. It does not matter if they change. It does not matter if they even know. What matters is the energy you release inside yourself. Sit quietly, breathe gently, and repeat in your mind, I forgive you. I forgive myself. I set us both free. These words are like a balm to your spirit. They are like water on the fire of anger. They are like light shining into the dark corners of memory. At first, your mind may resist. At first, your heart may feel heavy. That is okay. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a practice. Repeat it every day and watch as little by little the grip of anger loosens. And let me tell you something very important. Forgiveness is never about denying your pain. Forgiveness is never about pretending it didn't hurt. Forgiveness is saying, yes, it hurt. Yes, I was wounded. And now I choose to heal. Forgiveness honors the truth of your experience while refusing to let it define you forever. Forgiveness is the courage to walk through the fire and come out shining. You may be asking, but how will I know I have forgiven? You will know because the story will no longer burn you. You will know because when you think of them, you will not feel the same sting. You may still remember, but the memory will be softer, gentler, less sharp. You will know because you will feel lighter, freer, more open. Forgiveness is not forgetting, it is remembering without pain. Forgiveness is not pretending, it is choosing peace. Let us practice together now. Place your hand on your heart. Think of the one person you struggle to forgive. See their face in your mind. Notice the feelings that arise. Do not run from them. Just notice. And now softly repeat in your heart, I forgive you. I release you. I set myself free. I forgive myself. I release the past. I allow myself to heal. Breathe deeply. Say it again. And once more. Feel your body respond. Feel the energy shift. This is the power of your intention. This is the power of your words. And when you have practiced these 5 steps, acknowledge, choose healing words, put yourself in their place, practice compassion, and silently forgive, you will feel a transformation beginning. It may be small at first, but it will grow. It will ripple into your mind, your body, your relationships. Forgiveness is not only emotional, it is physical. It lowers your stress, it strengthens your immune system, it calms your nervous system. Forgiveness heals the mind, forgiveness heals the heart, forgiveness heals the body. So, my dear, the question is not, do they deserve my forgiveness? The question is, do I deserve to be free? And the answer is yes. Yes, you do. You deserve to walk through life without the burden of resentment. You deserve to breathe without the heaviness of anger. You deserve to love without the chains of the past. And forgiveness is the key. Let us close this practice together. Whisper with me 3 times. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I set myself free. Again. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I set myself free. And once more, with all your heart, I forgive you. I forgive myself. I set myself free. Feel the words sink in. Feel the energy shift. And remember, you can return to this practice anytime, any day, as often as you need. Forgiveness is not a one-time decision. Forgiveness is a way of life. It is the gentle choice, repeated again and again, that sets you free and keeps you free. When you choose forgiveness, you choose life. When you choose compassion, you choose peace. When you choose to release, you choose freedom. And freedom, my dear, is what your heart has longed for all along. Can I ask you something, my dear? How many times in your life have you whispered to yourself, if only I hadn't done that? If only I had known better. If only I had chosen differently. I see so many heads nodding, so many hearts sighing, because almost everyone in this room knows that feeling. And tonight I want you to know the truth. You have already punished yourself long enough. You have already carried the guilt, the shame, the regret for far too many years. It is time to set yourself free. When we speak kindly to others, when we bless them instead of curse them, when we choose to release words of peace instead of words of blame, something miraculous happens. It is not about them, it is about you. Every time you say something good, you free yourself from the prison of negativity. Every time you bless, you soften your own heart. Every time you choose love in your words, you are giving medicine to your soul. You are not doing it because they deserve it. You are doing it because you deserve peace. You deserve a heart that is light. You deserve a mind that is calm. You deserve a spirit that is free. Each loving word you speak is a step toward healing your own heart. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever noticed how heavy you feel after speaking badly about someone? Even when you believe they hurt you, even when you think they deserve it. Notice how your body feels afterwards. Tight, anxious, restless. And then notice how different you feel when you choose to say something kind. Your shoulders soften, your chest opens, your breath deepens. Do you see? Your words are not only shaping their image in your mind, they are shaping the energy inside your body. Speaking well of someone else, even silently, becomes an act of healing for yourself. So what if, instead of repeating the story of how wrong they were, you began to say, I wish them peace. I wish them healing. I wish them love. Not because they deserve your blessing, but because you deserve the freedom that blessing brings. Every time you choose to send out a little light, you are clearing away the darkness inside yourself. Every kind word is like a stone lifted from your chest. Every blessing is like a window opening to fresh air. And now, let us speak about the person who is often hardest to forgive, ourselves. Many of you in this room could tell me, Louise, I can forgive my parents. I can forgive my friends. I can even forgive strangers. But how do I forgive myself? And I understand, because I too once lived with the heavy voice of self-blame. I too once whispered, I should have known better. I should not have trusted them. I should have made a different choice. And yet I want to tell you something very clearly tonight. You did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. That is all any of us can ever do. We learn as we go. We grow as we stumble. We awaken through our mistakes. The past is not meant to be a prison. It is meant to be a teacher. Let your past be a lesson, not a life sentence. Let your mistakes become stepping stones, not chains around your feet. You cannot move into a future of love while dragging a past of guilt. You cannot receive joy while gripping shame. You cannot breathe deeply while holding regret in your chest. The only way is to release. The only way is to forgive yourself. Place your hand over your heart for a moment. Close your eyes. Whisper softly, I forgive myself. I release the past. I set myself free. Again, I forgive myself. I release the past. I set myself free. One more time with tenderness. I forgive myself. I release the past. I set myself free. Notice what happens in your body. Maybe you feel tears rise. Maybe you feel your breath deepen. Maybe you feel a small crack of light opening. That is the healing beginning. That is your soul answering you. Yes, I am ready to be free. Self-forgiveness is not weakness. Self-forgiveness is courage. It takes courage to face your own reflection and say, I am still worthy. I am still lovable. I am still enough. And you are, my dear, you are. Nothing you have done, nothing you have failed to do, nothing from your past can erase your worth. You are lovable because you exist. You are enough because you breathe. You are worthy because life has chosen to express itself through you. Think of a little child learning to walk. They fall again and again. Do we yell at them? Do we punish them? Do we say, you are hopeless, you will never learn? No, we smile, we encourage, we clap, we say, come on, you can do it. That child is you. And every time you fell in life, you were simply learning. Every mistake was practice. Every wrong turn was part of your growth. Can you begin to treat yourself with that same encouragement? Can you begin to say, I did my best, and I am still learning. I am still growing. I am still enough. And what happens when you begin to forgive yourself? Your energy shifts. Your relationships soften. Your body relaxes. Your creativity opens. You begin to live from love instead of fear. You begin to choose from peace instead of guilt. You begin to walk lightly, breathe freely, love deeply. Forgiving yourself is not selfish, it is necessary. When you forgive yourself, you become more compassionate with others. When you release your own shame, you stop projecting it onto those around you. When you bless yourself, you bless the world. So tonight, let us make a vow together. Let us vow to stop using our words as weapons against ourselves. Let us vow to speak kindly, gently, lovingly to our own hearts. Let us vow to bless ourselves with encouragement instead of cursing ourselves with blame. Say it with me. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I forgive myself for the choices I made when I was unaware. I forgive myself for being human. I forgive myself, and I set myself free. Close your eyes with me now. Place your hand on your heart and take a slow, gentle breath. Feel your chest rise. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel the gift of this moment. You are alive. You are safe. You are here. And in this space, I want to bless you with words of love, words of light, words of peace. May your heart be free from the weight of the past. May your mind be calm and steady like a quiet lake. May your body release every tension it no longer needs. May your spirit remember its truth. You are whole, you are worthy, you are loved. Where there was anger, may you now feel compassion. Where there was pain, may you now feel healing. Where there was fear, may you now feel courage. And where there was emptiness, may you now feel fullness. I bless your mornings with fresh beginnings. I bless your afternoons with patience and calm. I bless your evenings with rest and release. And I bless your nights with peaceful sleep and gentle dreams. Remember always, life loves you. Life supports you. Life is on your side. The universe is not against you, it is for you. With every breath you take, you are being renewed. With every step you make, you are moving closer to freedom. With every loving thought, you are creating a brighter tomorrow. So walk forward now with courage. Speak gently to yourself. Forgive freely, love deeply, and know this truth. You are your own best friend, and your heart is the home of love. Say these words with me one last time as a blessing to carry with you. I forgive, I release, I am free. I live with a heart full of love. Take another breath. Smile softly. Open your eyes when you are ready. You are safe. You are loved. You are free.